Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Colonation Media, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon White. This is episode number 10, and in this episode we're going to continue on exploring down here by the outside of Pinwheel Forest, and I worded that very awkwardly. I apologize, but that's just how I roll pretty much all the time. So, we left off over here, and of course, I caught Timple last time, so I picked him up out of the PC. It didn't really do any training. Notice he is holding a Person Berry, and I'm going to allow him to hold on to that for now, because it does cure confusion in a pinch. So, it's better than using a full heal or staying confused or having to force a switch out or something like that. So, I'm just going to let him hold it for now until I get another item that is better suited for him to hold. Anyway, there's two battlers up here that we can fight. I believe they both just have timbers, if I remember correctly, but I might be wrong. And there is also something up here called the Challenge Rock, which I'm going to explain a little bit later on. But first, we have Battle Girl Lee, and she does indeed have a timber, like I said, and it's going to be at level 16, so it's kind of high level, not crazy, but it's only one level lower than our Timple, and we're going to try to knock this thing out. First we'll go with Mud Shot, which is not a stab move, by the way, because Timple is just a pure water type at this point until it evolves, and at which point it will gain its ground type. Anyway, we're going to use Bubble Beam because we just got very unlucky there with the Rock Throw getting a critical hit. It almost killed us. And we also got lucky with Timber using Focus Energy the turn after, so we were able to kill it, get a good amount of experience, almost half actually, almost halfway up to level 18, which is pretty cool. And yeah, we have one more battler up here. Come on, battle me, sir. I like your outfit. I trained and trained like a madman. I'm sure you did. You trained like a madman, but your Pokemon's always only going to be at level like, what, 16? Yeah. Same as the other Battle Girl. Okay, so we do only have 18 HP, but we're just going to go for it and see what happens. I have a feeling that I'm going to end up losing, but we'll see. Focus Energy, so it does have a higher chance of getting a critical hit now. And if it uses Focus Energy again, we're going to win. Goes for the Rock Throw, no critical hits! And we survived! Awesome! And we'll use Round because I just want to. It does have 100% accuracy, and it's not a bad move, but it's not really a good move either. And we were able to survive the battle barely with 4 HP, and yeah. Now, as for the Challenge Rock, it just says it's a Challenge Rock, unless, of course, you have a Fighting-type Pokemon in your party, which I don't at this point. Netball, and I bought a couple of those, so I guess it doesn't hurt to have another one. Helps you catch Bug and Water-type Pokemon more easily. In fact, it's even more effective than trying to use an Ultra Ball, because I believe it has a 3 times chance. Anyway, we have a Timber here at level 14, and Timbers are very good for fighting the gym in this town if you're having a lot of trouble with it. I recommend trying to catch one of these. You can also catch Sock and Throw in the, whatchamacallit, the Rustling Grass. I couldn't think. Okay, so let's see here. We'll use a Pokeball and try to catch this thing. If I can capture it, it'll be in my party, and I can go show you what you're supposed to do with the Challenge Rock. Which apparently is going to happen, because we were able to catch it, even though we only had 4 HP. And Timber is just a plain Fighting-type Pokemon. It's actually really good because it does have crazy high attack and great moves to boot. The problem is that you do need to trade in order to get it into its final form, because after it evolves, at whatever level it evolves, I'm not entirely sure, into its second form, you need to trade it in order for it to evolve. Oh, I'm tripping over my words a lot today. Not cool. Another Timber, and I don't need to worry about this one. So I'm gonna run. Bye-bye, Timber. The sacrifices I make for you guys. It's a Challenge Rock. Would you like to have Timber smash the rock? If you hit yes, a piece of the rock will break away, and you get a star piece out of it, which you can sell for a crap ton of money, almost as much as you can sell a nugget for. So yeah, you can get one a day. You can get rich in like a week, pretty much. Pidove, I didn't know you could catch Pidove here. I believe you can also catch Venipede in the grass here, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to be catching all of the Pokemon and whatnot, so I might do some of that stuff off screen, but I'm not going to be showing a lot of it because this is just essentially a walkthrough, not necessarily a 100% completion and all that stuff. Well, Team Plasma is blocking the way into Pinwheel Forest itself, so we can't go that way even if we wanted to. So I guess the only thing that we have left to do is challenge the gym itself, and we haven't even been there yet, have we? We haven't even seen the gym. Oh, hello. Well, I guess we are going to go into the museum, but we got stopped by N. I want to see things no one can see. The truths of Pokemon inside Pokeballs. The ideals of how trainers should be. Do you feel the same? Sure, let's say yes. I think my friends and I should test you to see if you can see this future too. And it doesn't really matter what you say because eventually the end result is that you get forced into a battle with N, but thankfully I healed up with the nurse on the outside of Pinwheel Forest there. And he starts with Pidove at level 13, which is kind of a downgrade from the level 16 Timbers we were fighting, so we should be okay. It is going to spam Quick Attack, which is a stab move for it, so it kind of gets a little bit of an advantage there. But on the bright side, our Tympole will be able to knock it out in 2 hits with Bubble Beam. Goodbye, Pidove. And we should grow up to level 18, which we do. Any moves learned? Any moves learned? Nope. Okay, well, he's going to bring out Tympole next, which, as we know, is a Water-type Pokemon. So we're going to switch our Tympole out for Servine, and Servine should be able to take care of this Tympole in 1 hit with, what move does it know now? Leaf Tornado. I keep wanting to say Vine Whip, but he doesn't know Vine Whip anymore, and eventually I'll get that straight. Probably around the time that he's learning Leaf Blade or something and I'm getting rid of Leaf Tornado. But whatever. Servine grew up to level 18 as well, and N has 1 more Pokemon left, and it is a Timber. So if you notice, a lot of times when you fight N, or almost all the times that you fight N, his team consists of Pokemon that are found naturally in the wild around that area. So Timber, Tympole, and Pidove are all found in the grass outside of Pinwheel Forest. The only thing he was missing were, I guess, Sawk and Throw and the Venipedes that you can find there. Other than that, we're going to knock out this Timber. Did I say Timper? I meant to say Timber. Anyway, this one's at level 13, so it's not nearly as strong as the other ones that we were fighting, and it goes down in 2 hits pretty easily. And that does it for N. And we get a decent amount of money from him as well. Sweet. Right now, my friends aren't strong enough to save all Pokemon. Maybe I can't solve the equation that will change the world, so I need power. Power enough to make anyone agree with me. This guy's creepy as hell, man. Now I know what power I need. Reshiram, the legendary Pokemon that, along with the hero, created the Unova region. It's my turn to become that hero, and you and I will be friends. This guy is just whacked out. He just is speaking of all these weird things and legends, and he's kind of kooky if you ask me. Let's go to the Pokemon Center and get healed up because we're going to be heading right into the gym, which ironically is like on the other side of the Pokemon Museum. So you actually have to go through the museum to get to the gym, and it's one of the only gyms that I can ever remember that had anything similar to that. But not that I mind it, I just think it's kind of strange. Well, this is the museum up here, the big building to the north of town. And when you walk in, you don't have to pay anything to go in, which is nice. Wow, whenever I look at this skeleton, I'm fascinated. You'll be stopped by this guy right here, who looks like a scientist of some sort. I'm Hawes, the assistant director. So he's kind of semi-in charge here. And he's going to give you a little tour of the museum before he shows you where the gym is. And I don't know. What Pokemon is this statue supposed to be? Well, it's not a statue, it's a big fossil. I'm guessing Dragonite is kind of what it looks like. This rock is amazing. It's a meteorite. It contains some kind of energy from space. So make sure you bring Deoxys there when you do ever get one, if you're playing it, you know, afterwards, after the credits and all that stuff, and you're trading Pokemon and you have Deoxys. Bring him there to change forms. Well, this is where the Pokemon Gym is, and that's where we're going to be heading. So hopefully next time we can get our second badge, which it feels like it's taking forever, but that's just because I haven't been uploading videos as much as I should be with this game. Okay, well I guess we have time for a battle or so. Battle or two before we end this video. We're going to get Servine a lot of experience in here because the next gym is going to be the Bug Gym, as I've spoken of before, and Servine's really not going to be effective at all, so he's going to kind of take a backseat to pretty much everyone else on my team at that point. So we'll let him get his fun in now. And he's just going to tell you that Fighting-type Pokemon are found near the Pinwheel Forest, and Pokemon that are of the Fighting type have the advantage in this normal gym. And I don't really like the idea of a normal gym because it's kind of bland to me. It would be better if it was later on in the game when there's more options other than just Patrat and Lillipup and blah. Pidove, I guess, but he's actually a flying type too, so whatever. It's our first battle, and it's against School Kid Carter, and he has a Patrat at level 17, which is almost the same level as our Servine, which is kind of sad. I didn't do a lot of training out in the wild, as you can tell. I will have to do some before the next gym, I'm guessing. Otherwise, I'm going to start falling behind as I add more team members. Anyway, 2 Leaf Tornadoes should take care of this Patrat, because Patrats alone really aren't that dangerous. And he goes down in 2 hits, and that's pretty much that. Easy battle, huh? Okay, well, we need to actually read the books on the bookshelf. Sweets for Pokemon, do you want to read this book? Sure, let's read it. It describes delicious treats called Poffins, and this isn't the book that we're looking for, so let's try this one. Children's books. Nice to meet you, Pokemon. It's a fairy tale about a little boy who met a Pokemon for the first time in his life. And, oh, question mark? Not question mark, exclamation point. I know my punctuation. And it's a little memo from the gym leader who's going to explain that you have to find the different books based on the questions that she puts in the books that you're finding. And the hint is that the book that we're looking for next, and our next clue, is in the middle row. But I'm actually going to stop here, so in the next episode we'll get right to that. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and stay tuned for episode number 11. Game on!